Marlon Brando was a famous actor throughout the 60s and 70s, starring in films like The Godfather, Last Tango in Paris, and Superman. Dubbed the sexiest man I've ever seen by Marilyn Monroe, nothing seemed particularly unusual about Brando. On the surface, he seemed like your typical Hollywood actor of the time, but there was a much different side to the greatest actor of all time that was not known to the public. Born in Omaha, Nebraska in 1924, Brando had a turbulent childhood. Both of his parents were alcoholics and neglectful towards Brando. His mother put her parental responsibilities to the side and instead opted to pursue an acting career, making the interactions between Brando and his mother sparse. His father, Marlon Sr., was no better, unfortunately, and was often a victim of his father's abuse. When recounting his father in 1951, Brando says, "My old man was tough. He was a bar fighter. He was a man with not much love in him, staying away from home, drinking and whoring all around the Midwest. He used to slap me around and for no good reason." Brando's family bounced around a lot until they finally seemed to settle in Illinois. Brando struggled in high school, failing all of his classes except for drama. Eventually, he dropped out of high school and, after being held back multiple times, moved with his sisters to New York. There, he attended acting school and excelled to the point where he eventually got a role for The Men in 1950. As his acting career began to flourish, his disturbing habits started to set in. For the majority of his acting career, Brando was in pretty good shape physically, but some of his roles would demand that he cut weight to best portray the character. Brando would not take this well and would often resort to insane binges of eating. His breakfasts would consist of cornflakes, sausage, eggs, bananas and cream, and stacks of pancakes covered in maple syrup. Another favorite option of Brando's for breakfast were 6 hot dogs at his favorite hot dog stand in LA. During the filming of One-Eyed Jacks in 1961, Brando would reportedly eat 2 steaks, potatoes, 2 apple pies, and a quart of milk for dinner. Because of this, Brando would constantly be in need of new clothes for the film, and he even received a belt from the cast of the movies for his birthday with the note, "Hope it fits." The next year, on the set of Mutiny on the Bounty, Brando split 52 pairs of pants due to his constant binges. Imagine the cost of 52 pairs of pants because you can't fucking control yourself. He also once took a 5-gallon carton of vanilla ice cream and rode away into a lagoon, much to the dismay of the director. Okay, I can understand really liking ice cream, but holy shit, man, you can't be fucking eating 50 or 5 gallons of ice cream in just one sitting while rowing away into a lagoon. Alright, at that point you gotta get yourself together. In 1966, while filming The Appaloosa, Brando's stunt double was used due to Brando simply eating one of his usual gluttonous lunches, which was what I said earlier, steak, potatoes, all that. The fucking whole Thanksgiving meal. Brando's sister's husband, Dick Loving, recalled that Brando would eat 2 whole chickens and a package of Pepperidge Farm cookies. Okay. Brando's favorite snacks to snack on were whole jars of peanut butter and boxes of cinnamon buns. Over time, Brando's eating habits started to grow very degenerate, more degenerate than they already are, at least in my opinion, which is saying something, since they're pretty degenerate behavior here, gluttonous behavior. As Brando's acting career grew, Brando himself also continued to grow, and it really started to take a toll on his career. In 1979, during the filming of Apocalypse Now, a shadow had to be put over the character Colonel Kurtz, Brando's character, due to Brando's thick stature. Probably the most disgusting, degenerate thing that Brando did during his binge eating was on the set of Misery Breaks. Brando caught a frog out of a pond and proceeded to take a bite out of it. Absolutely disgusting. Truly disturbing behavior there from Mr. Brando. Eventually, one of Brando's girlfriends had enough, rightfully so, and demanded he go on a diet to control his eating habits. Well, Brando ended up hiring people to throw Burger King Whoppers over the fence of his house to sneak burgers in behind his girlfriend's back. And as expected, his girlfriend broke up with him when he got caught trafficking the Burger King burgers. But unlike when his acting career was growing, As his acting career started to die out, his eating habits did not. In fact, they got worse somehow. His later days in life consisted of snacking on a pound of bacon and a loaf of bread. Imagine just sitting there eating a pound of bacon and a loaf of bread during your day. He also frequented the Beverly Hills ice cream parlor where he would get 5 gallons of ice cream. Oh, yep. I guess he really big ice cream fan there. For anyone wondering, that's 42 pounds of ice cream he eats all by himself. Holy shit. Holy shit, man. Fucking 42 pounds of ice cream. That's like a lot. That's a lot. Over the final years of his life, Marlon Brando's weight kept going up, unsurprisingly, because he did not change his eating habits. He was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes in the 90s, and the highest weight he got up to was 400 pounds. 400 pounds, 200 away from my favorite show, My 600 Pound Life. He was close. He was close. Brando's son Miko said that Brando spent his final years of his life with Michael Jackson at Neverland, where he had a personal chef. That's kind of funny. He's just hanging out with Michael Jackson in his own little worlds with Michael Jackson. He had to have an oxygen mask accompany him most of the time. And on July 1st, 2004, Marlon Brando passed away due to lung failure. Sad. In perspective, it's a miracle this guy made it to the age of 80 years old. He was 80 years old when he died. 80 years, fucking spent probably 3/4 of that shoving his face with this fucking like the worst food you could think of. I mean, he really does look like some of these people that you would see on My 600 Pound Life, and depending on how you feel about that show, that might be a good thing. That might not be a good thing. I don't know. It is pretty surprising though that he only ever got to like 300 pounds, never above that, because the way he binge ate was insane. He never really got the help that he needed for his binge eating issue. He probably could have, at least gotten some sort of help, but he never did. While Brando has been remembered for his acting career and the amount of fame and allure he had, it's fascinating to think that behind all of that, he was a gluttonous monster. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to like and subscribe, as I will continue to make videos similar to this in the future. Goodbye.